going on, people? You know who this is, Terod Dot. Real talk, dealing with a corrupt system, especially right here in the southern states. I'm gonna run through three juicy ones right quick. And the next ones that I'll present to you is gonna be based on, it's gonna be more personal. It says, Daniel Carl Mitten, Tampa, Florida man was arrested for burglary when he wasn't anywhere on the property. Addictions will take you further than you want to go. One day, Daniel Carl Mitten and his friend decided to lift metal from a ceiling collapse hotel that has been vacant for many years. Daniel watched from a great distance as his friend neared the door and was seized several feet away by Tampa police. At Tampa police 5-year plea bargain, Daniel Carl Mitten's friend gave Tampa police a piece of his mind. Daniel's friend, caught in the act of trespassing and or attempt breaking and entering, charges were dropped. Meanwhile, Daniel Carl Mitten, who wasn't even on the property, wasn't charged for accessory or aiding and abetting, but for burglary. It doesn't stop there. Being ignorant of the law, Daniel Carl Mitten's public defender dropped his case suddenly. He tells Daniel to visit the public defender's office by letter, which turns out to be the state attorney. The state attorney is against you. The state attorney's office. State attorney forces an ignorant Daniel Carl Mitten into drug court for his own prescription drugs. Daniel is then told that he has to request probation and attend rehab for his own prescription drugs. It's crazy, right? So let's see. Let's drop down. This one, it says, another homeless man from Florida was taken into custody due to decades of Florida's corrupt system, ripping off taxpayers for their hard-earned money. Note, in South Carolina, it costs taxpayers $1,500 to $2,500 per month to house one of South Carolina inmates. Money is received on the 1st. Inmates are released on the 1st. That's crazy, right? In Florida, it costs $150 to $1,500 a day or a month to house one of their inmates here in Tampa, in Florida, period. It's more than that. If it's a day, depending on the time, a person is released or bond out, the money is going towards an absent inmate's welfare. He's not even there. You know what I'm saying? But still goes to prison the whole year. It costs approximately, I say $2 to $5 to feed one inmate, but it's 20 cents. It's 20 cents to feed an inmate in Florida. Back to the homeless man. In Tampa, a homeless man, this is another homeless man. It says, notice the same homeless man. It says, in Tampa, a homeless man claims a store for change or for food. He is completely disregarded of his good reputation is like overlooked. And it's voiced by witnesses about his good deeds, and it was presented to the officer, but he just overlooked it. Another person is taken into a corrupt Florida system to sit in prison so Florida can bleed innocent taxpayers for their hard-earned cash. Again, it costs $150 to $1,500. Taxpayers in Florida pay its prison system for one of these amounts of money to house inmates. Your prisons and jails in the South are overpopulated. For this much money, and you can think, for this much money, and you think they're just arresting guilty people? Come on now, it's money. Like drug money. We know that drug money makes up a big fraction of our economy, and it disappears all the time. When you read in 2004 about the different projects about planes and weapons of mass destruction that disappeared, that wasn't even built, but the money went somewhere. They took the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing to pick up a man off the street and just lock him up, whether he's guilty or not. Because they still won't get paid that $150 or that $1,500 or $2,500. You know? So, let's check this out right quick. Now I'm going to take a break because, you know, they talk about food, and I'm going to come back to this real juicy story for real. Real talk. You can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. Keep it real with yourself, nigga. Real talk.